Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and today I'm going to be giving you the Briggs Book Tag. This tag was created by Jaded Reader, who I will leave linked below, and I was tagged by Hannah from Snow White Reader, and I will also leave her linked below. Thank you, Hannah, for tagging me. I love Myers-Briggs, I love personality tests, and I really wanted to do this tag, so I was very grateful when you tagged me, and I know it's been a while and I still haven't done it, but we're going to do it today. There are 5 steps to this tag, and the first one is, what is your Myers-Briggs personality type? And I am an INFP. And step 2 is answer the questions that make your acronym. So for I, which stands for introvert, you can be outgoing but need to recharge with some calming solitude. What is your favorite place to read and unwind, and why is this little oasis where you choose to go? I personally love to read in bed because my room is like the only space that I have just for me. So if I'm wanting some solitude and to just be by myself and cozy up with a book, it's in my bedroom. I also find that it's hard to relax enough to read and really enjoy myself and be comfortable if I'm not in bed. I can read other places, like sometimes I'll read in the living room or whatever, but most of the time if I'm reading in the living room it's because no one else is home. I just really like reading in bed. N, which stands for intuition. Some books are meant to be understood. Hey Mom.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm filming a video. Yeah. Okay, I love you. Some books are meant to be understood and others are meant to be explored. What book or character stands for an idea that is deeply meaningful to you? Now, I really tried to pick a book and pick a character that I don't mention all the time, but I really couldn't choose any other book. I couldn't choose any other character. I have Selena Sardothien from the Throne of Glass series. This is Heir of Fire, which is the 3rd book, and it's also my favorite book in the series because it has a lot of her, like, just personal character transformation. She has a huge arc in this book, which I absolutely loved. The idea that you can go through anything and still be an overcomer really means a lot to me, and basically Selena is the embodiment of that idea. Like, she has been through so much. She's been through loss and just all sorts of tragedies, and I just love her character for that because she doesn't let that keep her down. She still continues to thrive and be the amazing person that she is, and that is one of the reasons why I love her character so much. F, which stands for feeling. Not everything needs to be realistic. Where is the fun in a world with limits? Which fantasy world do you find so atmospheric you slip inside and never want to leave? Again, I wanted to pick a book that I don't mention all the time, but I just couldn't use any other world except for the Grishaverse by Leigh Bardugo. I really love this fantasy world. Leigh Bardugo's books are incredibly atmospheric and they just suck you in. I love this world so much. It's mainly Russian inspired, but there's also many different countries with completely different cultures and backgrounds, and I love the world like so much. I love the magic system in this world. It just pulls me in. And finally, P, which stands for perceiving. TBRs are fun to construct and meant to be destroyed. Amen. Do you stick to the list or mix it up every now and then? What's a book you've put down that you want to pick back up but haven't been in the mood for? I am very much a mood reader. I can have a book that I've been very excited to read about. I could be waiting for this book to be released for years, and I'll finally get my hands on it, and I won't read it because I'm just not in the mood. It doesn't matter how much I love the characters or the world or the author's writing. That doesn't really matter if I'm not in the mood to read it. If I'm not in the mood for a book, it just sucks the joy out of reading it. So sometimes because of that, it takes me a while to get to books that I want to read. But also because I'm such a mood reader, I don't make TBRs. I do make like a yearly TBR on Goodreads, and I just put the books in it that I know that I really want to read, and I don't think I've ever fully completed one of those, and I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years. So I don't make TBRs. I won't stick to them. For a book that I started but just wasn't in the mood for, I have The Darkest Legacy by Alexandra Bracken. This is the extension book to the Darkest Mind series, and it follows the side character Zoo. I love the Darkest Mind series, and when this book came out, I flipped. And I picked it up, read like the first 5 pages or something like that, and I just couldn't get through it. I really wanted to read it, but I wasn't in the mood, and I haven't been in the mood for it since. And it's been like a year. Okay, step 3. Answer the question matched with your personality type. Again, I am an INFP. INFP, the idealist. Even when conflict runs high, you can be the advocate for either side. True. What is a book that was not well received, but you were able to find its good qualities? Now, I don't really have a book that I loved but everyone else hated. I usually have the same feeling towards a book as the majority of readers. I usually enjoy the hype books. I usually hate the hated books. I guess you could say I'm the typical reader. But one book that I know is hated by a lot of people, even by fans of this series, is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the novella that takes place after the ACOTAR series, and it follows all of the beloved characters after the war and everything is over. And in this book, the characters are basically just living their daily lives. There's nothing really special about this book, and I can understand why many people just found it boring and unnecessary, and I will agree with a lot of that. I didn't love this book. I liked it. I didn't think it was completely necessary, but I didn't hate it by any means. Now, a lot of people don't like this book because they say it's completely unnecessary, there was no point to the story, it's not important to read it at all, which I do agree with that to some extent. But I will advocate for this book because when you finish a series, especially a fantasy series, you want to know what happened to your favorite characters after everything is over. Everyone begs for just like one more book. Can I spend just one more day with my favorite characters? And this was that book. I think this book perfectly shows the aftermath of a war. Things are not all happy, sunshine, rainbows, and butterflies in this book, but the characters are survivors and they're still family. They still love each other, and they have to deal with the emotional effects of the war together. And that's what I loved about this book. I don't think it was necessarily fleshed out like it should have been, but I am glad to have more insight into what happened with these characters, with this world, after the big showdown in A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I do think it sets up for the companion trilogy that is supposed to be released. And step 4 is tag your friends. Honestly, I don't feel like checking to make sure if these people have done this tag or not. I'm just going to tag them anyway. And of course, if you want to do this tag, let me know in the comments down below and I will officially tag you. I'm going to tag the Awkward Book Nerd, Likes Pierina Reads, and As Told by Johely. Alright, that is the end of this tag. I hope you enjoyed. I love Myers-Briggs and I am a behavioral health major, so psychology is kind of my thing. Let me know in the comments down below what your personality type is if you know. If you don't know, you should go take a Myers-Briggs personality test. My favorite one is the 16 personalities. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish content by me. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!